This is the first podcast of Infinicine.com. I'm Laure, and I spoke to Slava Rubin of IndieGoGo about some of the ways that the site and the market are evolving.
Well, really, it started at Sundance 2008, so we came up with the idea a little bit before then, and really there were some great trends that were happening in terms of production costs going down, distribution costs going down, social networking becoming more normal, niche content becoming more normal, and really being able to get more peer-to-peer funding happen. There were a lot of negative things happening too. No one wanted to pay for any content. It was hard to get audiences to look or find anything, and it's hard to get bulk advertising. So what we thought is try to create a product which allows for you to engage with the audience earlier in the process. So that's why IndieGoGo was born. It totally varies. I mean, we have now over 1,800 projects in over 90 countries, actually. But it varies from documentaries that make it into Sundance to horror slasher films to Hollywood films. But the ones that are most successful, I would say, have one thing in common, and they're engaging the audience with something that the audience is passionate about. So it's easy with a documentary because somebody might care about the environment or about Iraq or some other issue. So it's a little bit harder when it's just some random romantic comedy. But it also works with horror, or it could work with comedy, or it could work with a narrative film that's focusing on a specific type of characters or issues or people or countries or anything. Well, I think the best way to look about the future for filmmaking is to look at other areas of media. So whether it's music most recently, or whether it's pictures before that, or even the written word. What happens often is the relationships which are required in the earlier days, and slowly those relationships break down and become technology that replaces it. So we're hoping that there's more technology in the vein of WordPress and Flickr and things of that nature that evolve more for the film industry. Well, it's interesting I'm about to say this because right now we have District 9, which is totally going to go against what I'm about to say. Because, right, it's like a $30 million movie and it's going to totally rock all the box office. But my opinion is you really either have to go with economies of scale and try to go with like a sub $5 million movie or maybe even sub million. Or you should really blow it out of the water and have a huge project which ties in Burger King and theme parks and toys, and that's looking over 100 million. And everything in between, which is a massive budget range, like 5 million to 100 million, I think it's going to be really tough to find a big enough audience and to also make enough money back. Interesting question. I would say that there's no reason to believe that the U.S. is so far more advanced. I think at the end of the day, you have to look at the penetration of technology, and there are certain other countries like Scandinavian countries, or even look at how Brazil is already using cell phone technology for mobile payments. It's just a matter of people getting used to using certain technology, and I think as things go more digital with filmmaking, whether it's from the promotion, fundraising, or even to the distribution side, it'll get pretty exciting about the films connecting with their fans. Well, there are actually projects that are getting fully financed, smaller projects that are webisodes. Yeah, Gemini Rising is a great example. I mean, some films are raising up to $22,000, $23,000 on Indiegogo. Sometimes that's bigger budgets or smaller budgets. It totally varies. We don't think you should be using Indiegogo as your sole resource. You should be using all the other opportunities as well. But just as much as the dollars are coming from Indiegogo, you're really getting your fans. As soon as somebody spends a dollar to actually contribute to you or to get a VIP perk, that's probably going to turn into $100 in distribution later when they tell their friends and everybody they know. So it's just as much as building a marketing base and from the Kevin Kelly article, like 1,000 true fans. I mean, really, what's hot right now is everybody talking about real-time internet. And real-time internet, in short, means Twitter to most people. But it's really just a change in the way things are happening. People used to talk about Google or Yahoo as search, but really search is across the board. Just people search all kinds of things. So the whole concept of more real-time information, whether it's about films, whether it's about what you eat, or whether it's about what's just happening out there, will really revolutionize all kinds of areas. And I think it's going to affect the media space and the film space, so we thought it'd be a great opportunity to discuss it, how to use it for fundraising, for promotion, for distribution. And we say it, we mean real-time internet, Twitter, Facebook status updates, and any of the other tools that are coming out. Yeah, so for the first time in a while, the Sausalito Film Festival is coming back to outside of San Francisco, and we're actually partnering with them. So we're really excited actually about this new event called the Tease and Screen. So we have lots of films online, like I was saying, over 1,800 that are either completed or in progress, and 5 of them were selected through a contest that they'll actually get to pitch their work in progress and throw a tease up there, kind of like trailers before a full feature. So it's happening this Saturday, which is going to be August 22nd or something, if this airs in advance of that. And it should be great. There'll be an opportunity to showcase the films, and the audience will have an opportunity to just know about it or get involved or potentially even invest.
Great. And the teases will be up for how long?
The teasers will be, well, the content is actually on IndieGoGo right now.
Right now, okay.
Oh, yeah. And then it's actually going to be taken off the internet, should we say, and put onto the screen in front of 150 people.
Okay, cool. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.